designing for a client versus yourself. You use your own home as more of a laboratory to test some ideas.
Growing up in Taiwan, Japan is like a very big kind of cultural influence to me. And that's what we want to bring here to our home. This kind of open living space is the type of way we want to live. Hi, I'm Peggy Hsu.
I'm Chris McCullough.
And we are the principals for Hsu McCullough, our architectural practice.
And we are sitting inside of our home.
Sherman Oaks is one neighborhood of the whole Los Angeles County.
What I loved about the property when we found it, it's on the top of a ridge, and the street itself dictates a little bit of how you can lay out the form of the house. The home can be perched above the street level in such a way where you do have fantastic privacy, not just the nature side, but also on the street side. The home follows the slope of the street. The facade is fabricated from steel and western red cedar. We've let the cedar just naturally age. You cross under the brise soleil and you realize the brise soleil is cantilevering off the actual house facade. By doing that, you create a passage to the front door. The original house was from 1961, and the one thing we did keep was the wood-burning fireplace. Sliding doors open, they can kind of have a full pavilion house feel.
That's one of the main concepts about these open kitchen is that it becomes a social gathering space.
It had to be functional, but we also wanted it balanced with our own more minimalistic taste.
So we discovered Fisher Paykel's kitchen appliances. These black glass induction cooktop.
Being into music, I love incredibly high-end, old-school stereo audiophile equipment, and I always loved their machined control knobs. It almost doesn't look like a kitchen appliance.
And my style of cooking is not just kind of limited to one cuisine, it's really anything that will go. Some part of that is the functionality and the right appliances as a really good tools to enhance that cooking experience.
The stair is made of American black walnut, cantilevering off the wall. We wanted an alternative to a guardrail for ourselves. We use these vines. Walk past the window seat and library, you come into the bedroom. We didn't want to have a balcony. We didn't want to look at the guardrail when you're in bed. The bathroom, we designed to eliminate as many doors in the suite as possible. The shower grotto with the Calcutta Viola marble, and the rest is kind of more simple white. The north end of the house actually have what we call a little gallery. It's a hallway, but it's a gallery. Daylighted it with 20-foot long skylights, so you get trailing garden, softening and bring a little more life beyond just art. This bathroom and the other bathroom on the first floor are designed as sort of more Japanese wet room bathrooms. Certainly, I'm a collector. So of course, I have a very large record collection, music collection. In a previous house, we had it in a room all by itself. This one, we wanted to have it in the primary living space. And so it's not only just a collection you can listen to, but it's also kind of it's a texture as well.
And we choose the darker color palettes to create this more cave-like cocoon space that you can feel comfortable inside, but still feel that natural light bouncing into the space.
Brawny material materiality, things that actually have a size and weight, and it's not just a glass box. You put something that is bright and shiny, like the mini disc portrait in the dining room, on a wall that is seated stucco and decorative gravel. That contrast is something beautiful. Irregular flagstone floor, if it's out of alignment by a ½ inch, it doesn't necessarily matter because it's all regular everywhere. So you're not aligning like a museum of just straight lines and clean lines and all this other kind of tropes.